Hey everybody, Chevy, Nobody Else's Auto. Tonight, we're over in the new yard, over here on the north side of my yard, where I bought this whole big collection to add to mine. Like I've told you before, this stuff's been sitting here for a really, really long time, and there is no rhyme or reason to any of it. So you never know what you're going to see on the videos as they're coming up in the new yard. But tonight, we're going to catch 3 more, and we've been working on these for a long time, and we've still got quite a ways to go. We're getting towards the end, but there's still an awful lot of vehicles that we're going to be taking a look at on these videos. So tonight we'll catch 3 more, starting off with this super cool little Nash. These are great looking little cars that never really got their due. They were unique design, but they just never took off. They've never gotten the attention that the Fords and Chevys of this era have gotten, but that's what really makes them unique today. Such a cool car, kind of a bathtub type design they were called. Almost looks like it's smiling at you when you look at the front of it. This whole car is fairly well complete. It is missing some stuff on the inside, but body-wise, it's all here. Most of the trim is all here. Still got a 600 on here. It was a Nash 600. Really neat car. Really unique door handles that flowed right along with the belt line. And the body lines came all the way back on this car and kind of almost tapered in the back. Such a unique design. I mean, literally the roof line goes from the windshield to the back bumper the way it drops down here. The trim comes all the way down, finishes off on the trunk lid. Quarter panels kind of hump out and wrap around all the way back to the little spine that comes down the back to the Nash Super along the back here. Really cool ornamental bar here, the trunk lock assembly. Even said Nash right here on the back bumper plate. Neat little cars that just never really got their due. We can take a look inside of this one. Maybe. I have the door stuck. We'll have to look in the window. There's a lot of extra trim inside of this car. We can look inside of it here. We can see the dash. Even has a factory Nash radio right in the middle of the dash, up and down. Missing the part of the steering column, missing the dash cluster. But overall, a lot of good stuff on this car. Something else that was unique about these Nashes in this era was their vent. It was right up here, right in front, right in charge. You could open that vent and catch fresh air coming into the car while you're going down the road. So kind of a unique feature. But that's one thing about these Nashes. They had a ton of unique features. That's why they're so cool today. They were overlooked for years and years and years, but they got so many cool features. They're so different. They're so unique. That's what makes them cool. Next one we've got tonight, not a ton left of this one. We look at our trim tag, just like we've looked at on some of these other videos. We can see it was a Chevrolet. We look at the style number where we've got 40. So this was a 1940 Chevrolet 2-door sedan. Obviously been very heavily stripped, but we still like keeping this stuff around. When you start looking at these cars, even though you look at it, if we look at this side over here, there's basically nothing left of this side. The whole quarter panel and everything's been cut off of it. So it doesn't look like there's a lot there, but the more you walk around, the more you look at it, you've got radiator core support rod, still got a fender, still got a 2-door door. There's more here on a lot of these cars than you think about. Even though the whole back part of this car has been cut up, there's still a lot of pieces here. And as we walk around and start looking at this thing, when they cut it apart, they piled a lot of the extra pieces inside. We've got a lot of the garnish moldings here. We've got some front end pieces up here, the lower splash panel, side hood panels. So a lot more pieces left of this car than initially meets the eye. So you always want to look twice and see what you got going. We've even got the little underdash heater on this, the Southwind heater, which was an aftermarket accessory. You can see mounted under there where, right under where the dash would have been. Very unique option. And very unique about how those work. If you're not familiar with a Southwind heater, they did a great job. They put out heat. And there's a reason they did. They burned gasoline. They fed gasoline into those, and that's what created your heat, was by burning gas. So they're kind of a unique deal. They did work. They did a good job. It was just a very small feed to them. And they're a neat accessory. I don't know if I'd want to use one today, but they're a cool looking period piece. I see a lot of people will store them and just put them in the car because it is a period correct piece and a really neat piece to add to the cars from this era. Last one we've got here, Square body Chevy pickup. These things have gotten crazy popular. This is a round headlight one, so it's a 70s era. They started making these in 73. I don't remember exactly which year this one is, but it's a mid-70s era Chevy C10. Fairly complete pickup. Obviously been sitting here for a really long time. We come down the side, it's a Cheyenne Super 10, two-tone yellow and white. A lot of the trim is still on this pickup. As we come around the back, it's still got the trim around the back window. In the back, we've got a wide assortment of wheels that have been stored in here. Several wire wheels. Even a few of the old wide bolt pattern Ford wheels from the late 30s. Tailgate's missing, but still has one of those big step bumpers that were so popular back in the day on old trucks like this. Because, believe it or not, these were actually work vehicles. That's what they were built for. In today's world, it doesn't seem like, you know, most trucks are even used for work anymore. But back then, even as recent as the 70s and 80s, these were utilitarian work vehicles. So that's what it was. You take a look inside of this truck, still got the original seat in it, dash cluster's missing, but the rest of it's still pretty much all there. So that's what we've got for you tonight. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you like checking out some more cool old iron. If you're on Facebook, please share the video with your friends. If they like old cars, old trucks, share the video with them. Invite them to come over, hang out with us, like the page so they can keep up with videos as we put them out. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel. Check out all my other videos. Everything we do on here is old car stuff, old truck stuff, automobilia. It's about all I know about, so I really couldn't talk about anything else. We have a lot of fun doing these. Really appreciate you guys taking a few minutes out of your evening to hang out with me. They're a lot of fun, but they would be pretty boring if you guys weren't hanging out and checking out what we've got going on. As always, if you have specific questions about vehicles or parts, please remember I've got almost 1,400 cars and trucks on the ground. The only way to have a conversation about your project and what you need is to call me. 620-786-4428. That number's on the page. Give me a call so we can have a discussion about your project. Year, make, model, body style, direction you're going with your build, parts you need, things like that. Having that short conversation is the only way I can get all the info I need from you to know if I may have something here that can help you out with your project. So thanks for watching, everybody. Really appreciate you stopping by, spending a few minutes hanging out with me. Stay tuned, more cool videos coming up, and we will see you soon on the next video.